escape on this little motorboat through a police boat blockade on the Baltic Sea as it was getting dark. It was very exciting.
Jesus. So
I expect more of that tonight at the show, by the way.
Right. Bring your own tear gas night at the Paradise this evening for Tom Morello. Well, you have said if you don't have a healthy FBI file, you're not doing God's work. So with the tear gassing and everything, do you feel like, I just saw the thing with John Lennon that the FBI had a big file on him and I guess we're monitoring what he was doing. Do you feel like this is going on with you?
I mean, John Lennon, of course, is a more high-profile figure than the Night Watchman, but I've been involved in a lot more stuff than John Lennon.
Oh, absolutely.
Like people calling and hanging up, or
no, not so much. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've throughout sort of my history of both Rage and through my activist work with Surge and Axis of Justice and now this Night Watchman stuff, I haven't been the least bit unapologetic about expressing my opinions or doing. I mean, I'm on probation right now. Like I actually can't get arrested at today's show for it was a civil disobedience thing in Los Angeles about 9 months ago where I had to go to jail for doing some night watchman and blocking the streets outside of LAX for hotel workers who needed higher wages and better health benefits.
Do you have just an email box that's full of like, hey, dude, would you come over here and get arrested for us?
Yeah, right.
It's funny, I mean, that's part of why I love doing this is like the independence of it. Like you can't really. In a musical context, you can't really be independent unless you sing. So I grab that guitar and I can go anywhere, whether it's a flatbed truck. And that one was literally like these hotel work. They wanted more exposure for their very righteous cause. And they called me and go, hey, could you come down and rock some Night Watchman Union jams down? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, and would you mind getting arrested too? I use my one phone call from jail to call the local station there, K-Rock.
So you called him from jail?
Yeah, to sort of tell the youngsters in the morning about the cause and what was going on. So
that's kind of kick-ass.
Pretty funny.
So when you were in jail, did you run into any Rage Against the Machine fans? I got to think there were a few in there.
Yeah, both guards and inmates. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, man, play us a tune.
I had to shank a couple dudes for some cranberry juice. But no, they seem to be very accommodating.
No one had like pictures of you tacked up on the wall or anything that you had to feel uncomfortable around.
No.
I've been waiting for this day.
No, not so much.
All right. Well, Tom Morello is playing as the Night Watchman tonight. One Man Revolution is the name of the album. He's playing at the Paradise. Now, lest you think that Tom Morello is just gets up with an acoustic guitar without any skills, Mr. Morello, you were number 26 on the Rolling Stones' greatest guitarists of all time. Eddie Van Halen, number 70.
That's I can't even do the math, but that makes me almost 50 better than him or something.
Yeah,
that's very inaccurate. I mean that's very flattering of Rolling Stone to say that. But and I'm not going to lie, that issue of Rolling Stone was sitting on my coffee table for a few months after it came out. But it's a funny list because like there's people like Eddie Van Halen who are way down on it who should be way up, and there were actually some dudes in front of me who I'm sure I could smoke.
Like the Allman Brothers dude? Who cares about that guy? All right.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, but they're hippie.
Well, I do have to say, as far as shredding's concerned, this man sitting to your right, he's our engineer, Mr. Bill Bracken, in a band called Age Against the Machine, doing all Rage Against the Machine covers. Now, did he hump your leg by any chance on the way in today?
No, he didn't hump my leg, but we did talk humbuckers and pick gauges and knob twiddles and whatnot.
Now, that's what I like to call it. The music nerd speak, the geek speak, music geek speak. Yeah. Are you cool with that? Or I know like a lot of musicians don't even want to go down that road.
Well, guitar players are, my tribe, so I tend to be gracious when they have questions. So I really don't. I'm not much of a gearhead, so I've used the same stuff for a very long time.
Well, listen, Tom Morello, being very modest about Rolling Stone, he was also Guitar Magazine's. He had performed the 20th best guitar solo of all time, ahead of Surfing with an Alien.
Oh, Steve Vai?
No,
Steve
dude.
Satriani,
I thought they were the same person. I didn't read my guitar school magazine.
You're like trying to front on your shredder knowledge.
Sure. I was listening to Racer X and Cacophony at the time.
Dude, Racer X.
Bruce Boulez or whatever.
Paul Gilbert taught Buckethead, who Surge has produced.
That's correct.
Dude, if you're not Blue Saraceno, I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah. 6 degrees of Racer X, my friend.
I could just hear radio stations changing when we Wow, when are they going to be done talking about the shredding?
Dude, you don't even know our audience.
Dude, they all love the tasty licks.
They all work at Guitar Center.
It's only moments until Yngve's name is brought up.
Oh, the Malmsteen? Come on,
You gotta
man.
keep it.
Rising
I used
Force.
to when I was going to your Harvard University down there. That's when I got my first Yngve album. I would practice night and day trying to learn those Yngve licks.
You have told me that before, and it's
Yeah.
amazing that you could pursue your studies while taking an advanced doctorate degree in Mr. Malmsteen.
It's not an easy thing to balance.
Now, Tom, do you still have connections over at Harvard? Are there like professors who have been following your career and ask for tickets to the show?
Every once in a while, I'll hear from someone, but not so much professors who ask me for tickets to the show. But I think later on today, I'm doing an interview with the Harvard Crimson, or one of the Harvard magazines.
Do you have a healthy respect for your college, or do you have some issues with what Harvard's doing?
I had certainly had some issues when I was there. They were heavily invested in corporations that did business in apartheid South Africa, which as a student, many of us had to take them to task for. But it was also a university that allowed me to go. Like I came from a lower middle class family with my mom was a public high school teacher and had no money, and Harvard gave me enough scholarship money to be able to go there. And also, it provides I'm not sure how it is now, but they had such a huge endowment. They were need blind with their acceptance policy. So that meant that my freshman class was made up of people from every economic strata and every ethnicity and from 70 different countries. And that provides, I think, a kind of learning environment that is different from a lot of universities.
Now, when you were here at Harvard, did you go out to a lot of shows while you were there?
Oh, yeah.
What was the one that did you remember being like one of the best shows that you saw? While you were here?
Every Wednesday night at a place called Celebration, which was below Narcissus. I think it's like a Benetton's now, or right in Kenmore Square there, was Metal Night. So me and my closet headbanger Harvard dudes would strap on the spandex, tie up the bandanas, put on the bezippered shirts, and sneak down to the tee and go down there to enjoy, among other bands, a young unsigned band called Extreme.
Oh yeah,
What featured my favorite guitar player, a gentleman by the name of Nuno Betancourt.
Really, your favorite?
He, as a 16, 17-year-old, he was my favorite guitar player. That guy's unholy. And later we became acquainted. Now we jam periodically.
The albums of Extreme, the one thing I didn't realize till later on in life, how almost every song Gary Cherone wrote was about little children and little kids and playing with me and, hey,
that 12-year-old girl!
Hey, where's Chris Hansen when you need him? And if you go back, it's pretty wrong, actually. It didn't matter.
I don't know what to tell you about that.
I saw you in the sandbox
I enjoy
looking
the band. I enjoy the band.
There was a song called Mama Don't Want to Go to School Today, Just Want to Play.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hanging out at McDonald's by the ball pit, baby.
Come on now, people.
Tom Morello, One Man Revolution is the name of the album. He is playing the Paradise tonight. We will have him perform a song. He's been nice enough to agree to perform a song for us today, and we are looking very much forward to it. A rare sober interview on the Touch Your Enrich program. Tom Morello going to perform for us after these on WBCN.